Hi bunnies, 2024 is coming to an end very soon for Dead by Daylight, and for this game, we've had 4 major events occur this year. Of those 4 events, 2 of their offerings were bugged. The Blood Moon event offering literally didn't work, and I think there was something else along those lines because it crashed, but it got kill switched, so you literally couldn't use it. I don't even know if I have any. And then the winter offering for the current event that's going on when I'm recording this doesn't work half the time. It just doesn't work. It doesn't function. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. It's really weird. And the devs are on vacation, so it's not going to get fixed because there's no more updates until 2025. Unless they do a random hotfix from the back end or something. It's a meaningless offering. 4 events this year. Blood Moon, which is probably one of the best BP gained ones. Anniversary, Halloween, and the winter event. Only 2 of those were well received by the community, and both of the reasons weren't because of the event itself. It was only because of the blood point gain. The Blood Moon was really good for BP gain. I know a lot of people got their first or possibly like 30 P100s from that. And the anniversary gives everyone's favorite offerings that you can use all year, which is a complaint that we'll get to later. The actual gameplay of the event, people just don't really care about. For Blood Moon, you spawn like these little blood circles that gave like stealth or something. I don't even remember because it was a year ago. I'm too lazy to look it up because I don't really care about it. But everyone kind of just ignored that outside of the tome. So in reality, it was literally just about blood points. Anniversary, a lot of people didn't even bother queuing the game modifier because that was released during that time. It was like, queue the modifier to play the event. Everyone kind of just skipped it. The Halloween one, really hard to actually want to engage with. A large issue with the events is that the win condition is the same no matter what you do. It's the same win condition. It doesn't change between events or the base game. It is always kills or escape. Because that doesn't change, why would you, for the Halloween one, go into a separate realm, teleporting through voids and whatnot, to grab a flashbang smoke grenade, or as Killer get a haunt that after the first week they nerfed, so it wasn't even fun to use anymore for a fast easy down. It's like, what's the point of it? So a lot of people just straight up ignored it and just played the game normally. And then the winter queue has the snowballs and snowmen, and currently, outside the offering being bugged, everyone's complaining that they got rid of the cute snowmen from previous years that weren't like looking really scary. But also the fact it's like a lot of people are queuing the event mode because as far as I'm aware, you only get the bonus blood points if you queue that mode. And you can only use the offering in that mode. And it doesn't matter which mode you play because it's gonna be in your blood web. So it's like if you gain like 500 of the toe offerings, which I probably am nearing that on LD if I'm being honest, it's kinda losing its point. How many do I have on LD while I'm recording this? I have 123. You can see the 558 arcane dowsing rods. Currently, I'm not seeing in the event queue, which means that I literally cannot equip these. I can currently try and click on it. Doesn't work. Very concerning, because it's like, when the event ends, these just sit here. I still have 558 arcane dowsing rods. This is a lot of blood points that are just sitting here that I can't use until next year for the next Halloween event. And even then, they might change the offering. I have a bunch of older ones. Like Nia, for instance, this red envelope. This event doesn't exist anymore. They're no longer doing Lunar New Year. And yet this just sits in my offering pool. And it's like, what's the point of this? What's the point of it sitting here? To show that I played during the event? To who? I know to you guys, since I'm a content creator, I'd be like, yeah, baby. I played when red envelopes existed. Doesn't that look cool? No. Who cares? The only thing that, like, gives you kind of, like, a prestige is these old, I have some on Bill. These, like, old anniversary flashlights from, like, 4th and 5th year, because they actually look interesting. Or, like, legacy on older characters, like in the store. If you go to Nia, go customize, unclock availability, you know, equip all the old legacy cosmetics that are no longer available unless you played in 2016. These are the only things that are, like, people, like, give a shit about. So it doesn't really make sense for event stuff to just let you keep the offering, just have it clog blood webs. I even have 125 arcane dowsing rods and 3 red envelopes on Bill. It's just, why do I have these? I don't know why. but I would like to just get rid of them, or let me use them. This is one of the main complaints about events to me, is that outside of Anniversary with like Tiramisu and Frightful Flan and Ghastly Gateaus all the way from 4th year, I can't use these outside of the event. And I would really like if all they did is that once the event ended, they just update the offering to work like a escape cake or a survivor pudding. Give a reason to go out of your way to grab them right now. Because it'd be awesome if for the make-believe currency in this game, if you played each year, you suddenly got like BPS. Why don't they all function like Bloody Party streamers? For those that don't know, Bloody Party streamers gives 100% bonus BP to all survivors in a lobby. I only have bound envelopes on the people that I'm clicking on, but it's the same thing as that, but 100%. Why don't the event offerings function like that? The Anniversary ones do, which is what's really nice about Anniversary, why everyone gets really excited about it. I still have 349 Tiramisu on Nia. That is from last year, not this year, not 2024, that's from 2023. That's when I got those. I leveled up Sable during this new one, I still have 603 cobblers. That's a lot of event currency to still have. And it's just, I can use these for 603 more games. 602, because I'll probably keep one, but I have 603 more games to play with these. On Huntress, the character, that is my main, I have 4,128 cobblers. And these will last me until next Anniversary, where I then get a better offering to then use instead for an extra 1%. Now, eventually, I will run out of these offerings. Just that is how time is. I probably play more than I spend. I would really like to use these other ones. Like, okay, this is the Huntress, probably the best example I can give. We, one, have these retire offerings that can't be used anymore. Don't know why we still have these. When Hawkins got removed from this game, they gave us blood points for that, so I know it's possible. But these barbecue invitations, we didn't get a summer event this year. We got in 2023, not in 2024. These were the Bloodshot ones I was talking about. These are cursed seeds from a different Halloween event. These are Pustula petals from a different Halloween event. Red envelopes, once again, that event doesn't exist anymore. I have 87 arcane dowsing rods, and I currently have, I thought I had toes. Do I not? No, I do. I have 32 mistletoes. Can't use them. Why? And the other complaint about the winter event, outside the offering rant that I just had, is that the snowmen is that it's like they randomly start moving now, right? They randomly move, they decide to give them AI to make them walk around. I think that's a really cool feature. Problem is that they stutter like crazy when moving. Which makes it really easy to find when someone else is actually in them because they move really smooth. Outside of that, the animations are different. The heads bob if it's an actual player. If it's an AI, there's no bobbing. It's making me struggle to find a reason to actually queue up the event mode, outside of just using the offerings I can't use all year, or the tome that they have, because they do these tomes now, where it's like during Bone Chill, you can get the Nia and Huntress cosmetic. Great for me if you watch my stuff, because I main those two. But that's like, if you don't want these cosmetics, there's no reason to play for BP, because the BP gain isn't good outside of Blood Moon and Anniversary, which is the start of the year. And even then, they're probably gonna change something with Blood Moon to make it worse again. I know everyone really enjoys this. It's a bunch of free stuff, right? The Frost weapons look cool, Frosty Eyes always make a reappearance. These new sweaters are actually really cute. I quite like them. I understand why people are probably excited to get those, but at the end of the day, I'm struggling to find a reason why I would actually bother to play during an event outside of when the next tome level comes out. I complete the tome in a day whenever there's a new one. I play it, I unlock everything, and then I'm just waiting till next week because it's really concerning. You are not incentivized to play events at all, unless you want to save $4. For instance, if you play Meg has the sweater this year. Great. If you don't play and you wait till next year, the sweater will be available for $4. So unless you really want to save $4, there's no reason. There's no reason to play. Because it's just, I don't really remember the last ones we had. I don't think they were... I think it was the ugly sweater ones. Yeah, they're in the store for $4. For $4, you can get any old cosmetic that comes back to the game. It just doesn't matter anymore. I'm still slightly pissed off from prior anniversaries. They had these old crowns for 4th and 5th year. And for the year after that, in 7th and 8th, because they skipped the 6th year, they gave them away in codes. Just redeem a code and you get all of them for free. And as a veteran player, it kind of felt like a slap in the face. And that seems like what events are now. Unless you really want blood points and to maybe play the event with friends and earn a few free cosmetics, they're just going to be available again anyway. And I really don't have much of an issue with that if it wasn't for the fact that they just give them away for free sometimes. Now it's all money based, but I'm pretty sure during 9th year they're going to give these crowns away again with a code. And it feels like a slap in the face to someone who's been playing for 5 years. And I know that sounds like, oh, but no one uses them anyway. It's not about that. It's about the fact that these crowns specifically, you had to escape, as it wasn't, because they changed how the events work. Now you play the game, you go to the, you open up this little thing, this little bone shield thing, and you redeem stuff. It wasn't like that. For the crowns, you had to escape as every single survivor with, imagine you picked up snowballs for, the little fancy glow effect, and then you had to escape with that survivor. You had to do that for every single character. Every single one. And then it's like, oh, but if you did that, and instead you just waited 2 years, you get them for free. I don't understand why they bothered doing events anymore, instead of just slapping on a ×3 blood point week, which we are getting in the later half of this winter event. There's gonna be a ×3 blood point week. I wish Behavior would do more about their events. The events should bring a different style of gameplay. I think they should really focus on doing a different win condition for events, especially because they're in a different modifier. You have 2 separate queues. Make the win condition do it. Make it whoever makes the most snowmen wins. And then the killer can, disable the survivor's snowmen, or corrupt them or something, so it's a race against time. Something like that. I don't know. Just something to make it more interesting, and not just, why would I bother queuing this instead of the normal queue? Because when you queue up this, there's a bunch of people get egotistical about it being an event queue, and they're like, oh, you should always be farming with us, it's the event queue, and it's like, I'm only here for the bonus BP. I'm not here to farm or do the event, I'm here for the bonus bullet points, because the win condition's still the same. Hope everyone has a good day. This was more of just a random rant that I wanted to point out. Next video will be more interesting, I'm sure. But yeah, hope everyone has a good night. Bye.